Enjoy your descent into madness. Hello. This is a bit of a review today. Tiny little bit of a review. Harley Quinn Mad Love. I read through this book from cover to cover in the space of an afternoon, and dear God, it's brilliant. I'm just going to say, this is slightly spoilerific, but if you know anything about Joker and Harley Quinn, I doubt any of you don't know her story. There's countless versions. So she was a psychiatric nurse, psychiatrist, depending which version of events, but in this version she was a psychiatrist. She has, oh boy. So she ends up working at Arkham Asylum, and she meets the Joker, who drives her mad and brings out quite a weird side. I mean, it's fetish, death, sex. He drives her mad, basically. It's obsession, although she's probably mad anyway, and it's just dormant. So first things first, let's start with the writing. Let's rip apart the writing. The writing is fantastic. The writers definitely did a fantastic job of crafting these characters. Harley, her descent into madness and obsession is so well written. You're like, how did this happen? And the way they write the Joker is fascinating in itself. There is the DC Icons series, which I've read and hated them all, and I love DC Comics by nature, and this is such an antidote to that pile of shit. You know, I read that god-awful Catwoman book by Sarah J. Maas, and I read the others, and all of them I kind of hated except the Wonder Woman one. And even then, I kind of want to go back and reread that, because I don't know if I just read that with rose-tinted glasses. This, on the other hand, does not hold its punches back. It drops you in, and you see the descent of this character into her madness, her obsession. The Joker treats her like a piece of shit, to be blunt about it. That's what the Joker does. He obliterates her and rebuilds her in his own twisted image. It's just a terrifyingly fantastic book that is nice to read. Something like this that isn't your YA take on a superhero or a villain. It has guts, it has balls. This book is fantastic. Side note, the cover is gorgeous and I want it on my wall. I always show people books, but this is the thing. If you're going to write these characters, you have to write them well. You can't just go, well, take a comic story and twist it into a book. It doesn't work. And Harley Quinn is quite a unique origin as a character. She was never in the comic books. She was a part of the Batman animated series. That's a word I have problems saying. From the 1990s, which I love. I own them on DVD. She was created for that. And fans fell in love with her. And then she turned up in the comic books. So she has kind of an unusual origin as a character. To read her portrayed in this... Basically, she had an origin story in that. And then there was a graphic novel, Mad Love. And essentially this follows that story beats of those origin stories, but flips a few things on its head. Harley Quinn is dangerous. She is psychotic. She is obsessed. She'll do anything for the Joker. He could beat the living shit out of her, and he does in varying other comic book media. He treats her like garbage. He belittles her. He's psychologically cruel and physically cruel to her. And she comes back for more. She is obsessed by him. Pure and utter madness. But they also love each other, and they're probably the only characters who I would say on a level of madness in the DC universe as a whole. Together they are terrifying. Harley Quinn Mad Love is a 5 out of 5 I adore this book. I think it is fantastic. I think, actually, even if you're not a comic book fan, I think you will enjoy this. It's kind of got that edge to it where it's the writing and the characters and the poise and the use of English is fantastic. So, yeah. 5 out of 5 for Harley Quinn Mad Love. And I have to say this, I want to read more by these people, and I hope we get more DC comic books by the comic book stories, or more DC comic based novels from these stories. So guys, like and subscribe as always, and hit the little doobly-doo and the bell icon if you want to keep up with me, because YouTube notifications are crap.